Notice from this company that apparently the owners have handed over, what do you call it? Instead of going to the owners or the manager, we're supposed to go to this company. They gave us a notice of termination of tenancy with a notice of if we didn't vacate in 14 days, then they would start eviction proceedings. This is dated back in December 12th. So the 14 days have passed. Nobody has left the park, and there has been no filing of eviction notices. But yesterday, which was Thursday, January 20th, approximately 1:30 p.m., PG&E came out to the property and shut the property power off, including taking the whole power pole, the transformer, everything. So there's no way we could try to turn it on ourselves. So we have been without power for 24 hours now, and without power, our water is run by a well, which is run by a pump, which is run by electricity. So with no electricity, no power, we also have no running water. And we were not given any notification that this was going to be happening. And so we're at, where do we go from here? You know, we don't all have places we can go. You had asked about, was there anybody on oxygen? I'm not aware of anybody, but I do know of 2 people, myself included, that are diabetic, that the insulin medication needs to be refrigerated. Willard is the other person.
And Willard's in the hospital right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
I knew Kimmy had taken him to the doctor. Another one?
From a stroke, yeah. I mean, good God.
Yeah, I knew Kimmy had taken him. Doctor, he's a tough old man. He's been through a lot.
And he's a veteran, right? I mean, yeah.
And back in, I can't remember, he told me the year. He used to tell me all kinds of stories. And the year he quit drinking, part of the reason why he quit drinking was because in that 1 year he was arrested 42 times for assault. And he hasn't had a drop of liquor since. Very, very, very wise old man.
Yeah, so he's really been even keel pillar of the community around here.
Yes, he has. He has. And always polite, always friendly, says hi. Before my injury, I used to do shopping for him, take him shopping. He was always very grateful. And I can't do it anymore because of my injury.
And so talk about your injury.
My injury back in April of 2020, right at the beginning of the quarantine and the pandemic, I was having severe back pain. Because of the pandemic, they didn't want anybody in the hospitals. So it took me 5 trips to the emergency room before they did a MRI and discovered I had a broken disc in my vertebrae. So I had surgery to replace that, and in constant pain ever since. Mobility is probably half of what it used to be. I can't even walk my dog. My good friend Nova walks my dog because I don't have the balance or the stamina, or if he pulls too hard, it can pull me right over. And so pretty much I just spend all my time in my trailer here, just trying to live day by day. And
Nova's your caregiver?
Yes, she is.
And
and she's a very good friend. And she does everything. She's wonderful. And
so this letter where the clandestine services calls her a squatter, it's insulting.
Oh no, I have a lease agreement. I have my current lease agreement that I signed when I moved in here in October of 2018. I am not a squatter. And
I know, and they just, the fact that they're slandering your caregiver.
Yeah, and then they put down these certain names, which surprises me because one of them is Poncho, who is really good friends with the manager. And yeah, and they list several people by name, and my caregiver is one of them. But we've had no notice of eviction, no notice of them turning the power off. They also picked up our dumpsters, so we have no place to dump our garbage now either.
It's just deplorable. And
this was all done with nobody knew a thing.
Yeah.
Nobody was notified, nothing.
They just showed up. And so, and did you hear about, did anybody come and inform you why they shut it off?
No. Nova went around to see if she could get answers, and we were told that the owner did it for our safety, because there were too many things that needed to be fixed.
And it's from Rhonda, or there was a power strip. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that came from, I don't know who it came from. I just know that, you know, Nova's very good about finding out information when things like this happen.
Yeah. Good God. So right now, where's your insulin right now?
It's in the refrigerator.
But how much longer is that going to last?
I don't know.
You don't know? I mean,
I don't know. I know that it's only supposed to be unrefrigerated for 12 hours at the most. Okay, it's still in the refrigerator. We're trying not to open the refrigerator very much. And we did have a suggestion from somebody that at nighttime, put the stuff out on the porch. It's cold enough out there that it should keep it, you know, cold enough to keep well.
Yes.
But that's the only thing, you know, until I'm in the process of trying to get a generator right now.
For the refrigerator.
For the refrigerator. Mostly for the refrigerator to charge my phone.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah.
And, but, I mean, if your insulin, if something happens.
If it goes bad, then I have to wait until I can't get a prescription now because it's not renewable.
Yeah.
It's not a refill stage.
I mean,
so I would have to go without it.
So your life is being put in jeopardy right now.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And like I said, the same thing with Bill. I hate to say this, but good thing he's in the hospital because he will get his insulin regularly.
Well, I mean, but his insulin on his boat right now could be...
It's just sitting there on his boat,
right now.
not being refrigerated. Yes.
That's terrible.
Yeah. You asked me about the oxygen. I couldn't think of anybody, but then I'm like, oh wait, insulin's a life saving, you know.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And I believe there's one.
I think there might be a couple more people.
I think Kim is on oxygen.
Is she?
She has oxygen. So.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be even more people that are in the diabetic situation. I don't know for a fact.
Yeah, so we'll have to look into that because that's putting people's lives in danger. And all the more reason why you need a restraining order, which we need to get on. Yeah. Okay, well that's a good place to pause it. Because you also have that good documentation.